Okay. Just to recap something we did a month ago. So this is the presentation. What the project will have, the project, the title block, the title page, construction plan, floor plan, mechanical plan, elevation, perspective drawing. And again, just recap about the title block. As you can see, we have two ways to deal with the title block. Each sheet, anyways, each sheet we talked prior must have this title block, okay? And the title block shows the same identification, all of them. The only change is gonna be the page and the name of the page. If it's the rendering, you have a space to write this is a rendering. You have, if it's a mechanical plan, you have to write a mechanical plan, etc. So the title block, it's a standard. It's not only US. If you study technical drawing, we see all the countries in the world, you have standards for everything. In technical drawing is the same. So most of this standard for technical drawing, it's the same around the globe. The idea to make the standards is to make to do possible for a project, a design was drawn in US, can be read for any architect, designer, engineer in different country, because they know the standard, it's like an international standard. So there's only small variation for each country, but basically it's if you see technical drawing from different countries, you see there's the same formattation, the same idea. So to make easier for anyone can read it, can duplicate it, can manufacture whatever it was designed, whatever it's gonna be manufactured. Okay, so these title blocks is important always, and there's two ways to deal with the title block. You can go at the bottom, or can be at the right side, never at the left side, because the left side is for binding. So bottom or right side, okay? Together, the drawings and documents communicate the entire scope of the project as well as the pertinent details. So don't be economic in terms of details. As much as you put in your design, in your drawing, better so. Of course, you don't need to repeat the same information all the time. If you, in determined moment, for example, you put the height of the object here, you don't need to use the same height, the same information in different sheet where you show different object, because you already saw it. So try to don't duplicate the same information, but if something missing, just put there. Don't leave any information you think it's important behind. It's more matter. It's more your sensibility. It's more over your your experience. You show what kind of information you have to highlight, what kind of information you need to show, what kind of information you want. But for technical drawing, all information, special measurements are really important. Okay. So this is the title block. Feel free to choose the way you want, but if you start doing this way, all the sheets should go the same style. If you start the first with this at the bottom, all of them should be the same. You cannot mix, cannot one sheet, one style, and the next be different style. Always you have to maintain it, okay? And then a good tip for you, when you design your title block, you keep it forever, because it's going to be your way to prepare your presentation for the rest of your life. Usually you can put your logo, you design your logo, you just let some information be there all the time. For example, your name, you don't need to rewrite your name, etc. It's something you start to get accustomed when you start to work with design, and then you start to make it easy for you how to deal with this guy here, okay? The second and the first, okay, is again the title page. The title page is really important. Is the cover of your project. It shows everything is gonna be inside this material. If you are planning to print it, this goes on top of the printing. You can choose the color, you can choose the design, the decoration, etc. But this is really important because this is how the customer will understand what the content of this project. So a cover page to set up project documents. It includes the client's name, a list of drawings, and perhaps an interpretative sketch of the project. Just some examples. This is one kind I found online for this architectural company. As you can see, the title blocks at the right side. I don't think you don't need to put the title blocks in the title page, but it's up to you. Okay, the title page is the cover page for a set of drawings. Information typically included on the title page is the client or building name, location, designer's name, and design firm's name, a key of the symbol for the materials, and the index of drawings. It may also include an illustration. And again, I would like to highlight what I talked to you in the first class. Do this really good. Make a really good product, make a really good presentation, because this project you're doing here for me, for the school now, is gonna be part of your portfolio. And then every time we go for a new interviewing or trying to go for a new company to start a new job, your portfolio will be always required, always. Resume is very important, but in our job, architecture, design, portfolio is crucial. So make something really good. Think about it. You're not making only for the teacher. When you do your academic work, this is gonna be forever. It's gonna be in your portfolio, and then you have a right to show it for any company you start to work with for the rest of your life. It's part of your job, okay? So really cool. So construction plan is another sheet goes in this project. It's a typical construction plan, shows both of the existing condition, the structure, existing wall, and the change to be made, wall to be removed. Just a simple construction. It doesn't have any kind of information like sink or like other appliance, nothing. It's just the naked room, the room, only the construction. We can show the way it is now and the way it's gonna be later. And it's gonna be later, just the walls you want to remove or to include. And this is an example of construction plan. As you can see, this architect chose to use at the bottom, and he used his right to write this information. So it's something being included. When you do the measurement, you can do your measurement in a sketchbook. And then after the measurement be done, you need to make the technical drawing of the measurement of the room you want to work. And then this is gonna be shown to your customer. Okay, customer, this is your room now. And then this is gonna be your room after the construction. I will include this wall, I will remove this, I will open a door here, etc. So he can see the before and the after only in terms of the construction, okay? And then the floor plan. The floor plan is how the kitchen, the bathroom, or whatever is gonna be the way you design. It's the design itself. Okay, where the appliance is gonna be, the sink, how many sinks you have, if you're gonna put island, etc., and all they have information like measurements and all kind of information you can show about, for example, cuts, and even some outlets, etc. So this is how your kitchen is going to be with all the accessories, cabinets, appliances, information about flooring, information about tiling, everything could be included in these floor plans. This is another example of floor plan. As you can see, this design, he just set the vision, the point of the view for the next sheet is gonna be the elevation. As you can see, the measurement is really important. And again, because this is a floor plan, You're watching this plan on top of the roof, like if it was an helicopter or a satellite, etc. So all the management consists is only about width of the wall, width of the windows, etc. There's no height here. This the height we will see in another way to show another plan. It's gonna be after the mechanical plan. Mechanical plan is the most heavy because we need to show not only what we show in the prior plan, the floor plan, like cabinets, appliances, etc. But in the mechanical plan, we need to show the installations, all the installations, electrical and plumbing. And then here you will see all these symbols. These symbols describe each gadget you wanna put in this floor. This is more important not for the customer. Okay, the customer must know everything we want to put, why you want to put these outlets here, this switch here, etc. But this is gonna be the floor, the plan for the installer. They will use this to do their job. Don't forget, plans is not only for a customer. Plans goes to the contractor too. They need to read it and execute the service following your plan. So two people will use this plan, your customer and the contractor. Another type of mechanical plan. As you can see, this is not so heavy like the first one, but again, I like the way they always put this label at the bottom. So mechanical plan, as with the other plans, standard symbols are used on the mechanical plan to denote each item found on the plan. So don't miss anything. I uploaded a couple weeks ago a video with architect. She talks about this mechanical plan. I hope all of you guys watch this video. If you didn't, go over again and go in this module, I think was 2-3 weeks ago, and watch the explanation about mechanical plan. Okay. The elevation. The elevation is the part where we show the cabinetry. You show the details where the finishing on the wall, for example. Here you can show the backsplash, can show the tile. It doesn't mean in the floor plan you don't need to show the plan. For example, if you use ceramic, etc., we can design here the squares. But to avoid a lot of information, a lot of lines, usually most architects, they don't draw anything here, and they just use information and tell, okay, this is gonna be a floor, a tile 18 by 18 ceramic, maybe blah blah blah. So they know how to the plan which kind of floor they use. But in the elevation, it's more freely, as you can see, because the elevation, you don't need to put any other information besides the cabinetry. In this case, we can see the width of the cabinetries and the height, not only the cabinetries, the windows, the door, etc., even the appliances. So as you can see here, this is this arrow shows the position you're looking this wall. For example, here, it shows A. This is the position when you stand and look into this direction. This is direction A. And then you turn around to the left, you look to this wall, to the B and C, D, etc. This is really important because when you go to the elevation, you know which wall we'll talk about. In this case, A, B. In this case, is the B. So it's going to be this guy here. Going to be this guy here. So it's something some customer need some help. You can explain it, but the professionals contractor, they know it really well. Okay. Don't forget, some customers, they don't know anything about technical drawing. That's why we go to this. There's another elevation. See, it's more artistic. I think it's start to this moment when your customer eyes start to see some shine when they start to say, oh, that's the way it looks. Because so far before all these sheets for your customer, this is just a bunch of lines, a bunch of numbers. Most of the The time they got really stressed out, I don't understand anything like this, but you need to go over, you need to explain. But when you go to the elevation, now I start to see so this is the moment when the guy start to be happy, say, wow, I can see my kitchen now. And then the last one, obviously, the rendering. This is the grand finale, and the rendering, it's fundamental too, because through the rendering you definitely will sell the product. So far here the customer is totally understand. You explain all the fundamental, or why the wire is going there, why you put this outlet here, blah blah blah. It's really heavy. Sometimes you look at the face of the customer, he's really lost with looking all this information, but you need to go over this all the time, because each sheet, when you explain to your customer, you need to have a space for their signature, okay? Don't forget, for each sheet must have a space for the customer signature, because something in the future happens and no, I went over with you with these details, and then we totally agree with this. This is your signature, okay? Don't forget, this is a document. It's not only for the contractor use for the construction, but this is a document for you to show to your customer, and in the future something happened. No, this is you went over, you agree with this, and this is your signature. Any change now will cost more money, because I cannot make it. I just cannot, the contractor cannot make any change now, because you just decide the middle of the game, say, no, I want the wall in another position. It's not so simple like that, okay? Don't forget the space for your customer signature. And then the grand finale is gonna be the rendering. I upload for you guys too. It's a 3D system online where you can do any interior design, and then at the end of this interior design, you can make a render. You can click in the camera and make a really virtual real render. It's really cool. If you have your own system, no problem. Some people use SketchUp, some people use the AutoCAD, but there's some online, like one I'll show now, and upload a couple of weeks ago. We can use it to make the floor plans, even the render, okay? But don't forget, the render is really, really important. This is the guy, okay, all of them are important, but the perspective, the render is definitely the one you make your customer eyes shine. That's the one you definitely, you get your customer with this guy here. This is one that got, wow, now I understand everything. Now I can see my kitchen, and then if the wife is together, she'll be really happy. So again, always improve your skill in drawing, always improve your skill in rendering, because this is really important for us. So together, this is gonna be the look of your presentation, okay? Basically gonna be this. And then, once again, don't forget to research. I hope you guys research at the end of the class, not the project, but at the end of the class, at the end of the semester, when you finish the study with me, start to organize your portfolio, not only my project, but all the projects you did in the Santa Barbara City College. Make a really beautiful portfolio, organized, because again, this is gonna be your business card. This is gonna be your main presentation for any job you want in the future. Okay, so this is just a sample portfolio. Again, we are designers and architects. We are artists. So feel free to research your style, the way you want to make this presentation. See, some people use handmade drawings. For those who has ability and skill to do hand can do it. Take more time, but it's not necessary. It's not mandatory to be handmade or 3D. It's up to you. What it makes you more comfortable, okay? I'm old-fashioned. I still like to use my mechanical pens. I like to use my watercolor, because I was really good at watercolor. So, but again, it's something taking really long time to make a perspective like that. If you use a 3D CAD, for example, like SketchUp, you can do it in a couple hours. And handmade can take even more than 1 day, because you need to make a lot of effort to draw a line and to erase it, to paint, to etc. So And then the mood board, it's something basic for us. Mood board, it's not, I didn't ask it in your project for this semester, for this course, but not for the last course, but I like to explain, I like to introduce the mood board for you guys, because it's something you must know how to do, you must include in your project when you show to your customer. This is the beginning of everything. Before you do all kinds of plans, like I showed before, this is the first document, this is the first artistic creation you show to your customer before you do any technical drawing. And then explain well for your customer why this color, why this style, why this pattern, etc. And then again, when the customer like everything, and then we start to do your design, we start to do your drawing, etc. But this is the first step for the drawing, technical drawing. The first step for start to create something. This is the number one process for the creation. After, of course, all the measurements, all the research, all the assessing needs, etc., all the information start to gather from your customer, okay? So you don't need to do it for my class, but I suggest you to prepare something included in your portfolio. And there's another example portfolio, mood board. Again, if you go to online, you can see different ways to do mood board. Each architect has its own way. They show the way they do, but you will define your own style, okay? And then another mood board style, I like this here. I like the way they do this. They put the floor on the bottom, and the middle they put the color of the wall. They said like it was like a picture of the floor. See the way they organize, you can almost can see how it's gonna be the room. I thought really interesting the way this architect is mood board, and this is really important too. When you put something like the real subway, the real paint chip, the little piece of the curtain you want to use. Anyways, everything helps for our creation. It helps for the customer to understand what you want to communicate to him. Okay. So I hope you guys doing well, and then that's it. I remember I finished this slide showing a small, simple kitchen because we don't have a lot of time, and so go simple, be original, be creative. I like the small ambient. I like the simple because the simple and the small push us to be way more creative, and I'm very sure you agree with me. And then do the way, I know when you go online, when you start to look all this kitchen design, for example, pop up something really cool, but oh my God, this is for a movie star kitchen. This is not my reality. This is not the reality of most of the people. So I know we need to go over this and start to research more and see the real life. And you're going to see a lot of really, really interesting projects for ordinary people like us. And then all the ideas are there for you. And again, when you go online, when you look for these materials, I told this in the first class. When you go online and look at materials, you like to look at what the other architect create. It's not copying, okay? It's just a way for you to get inspiration. And then we never get only one picture for one kitchen. You get more picture from different kitchens, and then you see, for example, I like this cabinet here, I like this curtain here, I like this tile here, the guy using this other one. So don't start a project from the thin air. It doesn't work. We need materials, and we need to go over other products, other projects, and always use it like an example. And then believe me, when you start to work like that, you'll be original. Despite the fact that you check different projects from different professionals, it doesn't mean you are copying. It's not a copy. You just get inspiration, get information, get sometimes the guys say, well, this is a really good solution. But believe me, sometimes that solution saw the guys saw from different architecture. So it's not a process of copy, it's just a process to improve the solutions was already done. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, okay? So this is what I want to talk, and then I want to show another not slide, but another material just to remember you. Some people still ask when gonna be the presentation again. This is in our module. I upload for you the first day of class. We talk about it. The only change was here. This you have to skip for the next days because when I prepared this, I didn't know this is gonna be a national holiday. But again, we didn't change anything. This is the October 19th. This is the day for us to do the presentation, to receive the project. This is the midterm, as you can see here. So we're here today, October 12th. We still have 1 week, and that's why I dedicate this day today only to talk about the project, to hear from you if you have any question, if you have any difficulties, so I can help you out. I know we're online. It's not the same. It'll be face to face. It's be a challenge for me too, not only for you, but it's a challenge for me too, because I'm still accustomed to go and talk individually with student at the desk, at the table, and then talk, and then call the other people and look together and go to the board and get this example. This is really interesting when we go face to face, so it's more dynamic, but here I cannot do that. So I need to push hard, I need to be creative, how to make this orientation class works. So I need your feedback. So maybe we can start to organize, because I saw here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students, and the Zoom shows in alphabetical order. So when we start to talk, we start with Caroline, and then Christine, and Fadi, Mehana, Mia, Rosa. So we can talk. If you want to talk. And then another thing, last week somebody asked me or suggested me, I don't know if it was Fadi or if it was Sydney, about should we do a presentation, should we talk? And then I like the idea for the last day, for October 19, give 5 minutes for each one, so we can do a slide and talk about your project. I think 5 minutes will be okay. Why I like it? Because it's normal for us, architects and designers, to do presentation, because this is gonna be part of our life. We need to do presentation all the time for our customers. So we need to exercise the communication with the people. It's important. I don't know how it's gonna work. I need to adjust something here in the Zoom in order to make you each one available to share your screen. I think it's not a big problem, but if you guys agree, we can do this next class. The next class is gonna be the deadline to receive the materials, and I'll leave 5 minutes for each one to explain, okay, this is my project. And then you show the cover page, the floor plan, explain. You can show your mood board if you want, why you choose this, why you choose that, why this color, why not. So anyways, it's a way to exercise how you create, and exercise to talk with the people. And we have to do this all the time. Believe me, when you graduate, you go to the market, we do this all the time. So another thing I want to talk with you guys, yes, I want to show what I saw today. And then I want to, let me see here, this here. Not this, not this. Okay, I upload some materials regarding countertops. What's different at the countertop, different materials. So with this material I upload for you. So as you can see, most of the countertop materials are highlighted here. This is I saw in the market, the granite, soapstone, marble, quartz, hard surface material, it's a plastic, etc. So a ceramic tile. So go over this, read this material, because it's gonna help you out to define your project and to define the project in the future. This material I upload for you is there in the module. There's another one here, the 6 top sinks. There are 6 different types of sinks to use in the kitchen. we can read this together, or but I prefer you guys to read by yourself. If you have any question, we ask me, because today I'm way more concerned about the orientation, but this material is uploaded, so it's a simple material, but it covers everything you need to know about sync as well. As you can see, there's another material about syncs, the way they goes, the typical design. So look at this, read this material. So for you to define which kind of sync you can use in your project, the most common, this guy here, the underbase, undermount. And this guy has two, there's one is split in two, the one is individual, it shows here, see? This is on the top. So I get a customer with this nomenclature, because when you go to the store in the future, they will ask, and then what kind of sync do you want? Double, single, on top, bottom, mount, etc. So this is something I upload for you guys today. So now I want to hear from you guys. It's 6:33. So Coraline, how's your project doing, please?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's fine. I did the mood board and I'm trying to do a 3D design rendering for it. So I'm still working on that. I know what I want, but
you know what I want. Okay. Any difficulties?
No.
No, good. I'm really excited to see. Okay, Caroline, thank you. Christina, what about you?
Doing okay. I was just wondering, I asked in the chat, what time do we have to turn it in on Monday? Sorry, can you hear me? What time do we have to turn it in on Monday?
Okay. Yeah, it'll be the same time the class 6. We can submit during the class and upload for me, and then whatever is ready. If it's ready today, we can send to me. If it's ready Monday morning, we can send to me by email, because I'd like to see if you prepare this material and send in PDF, okay? And then I will show what I have to show here. It's about another students, what they did. That's a good question. So I don't want to see something like that. It happened to another student. Let me share this for you guys. Just a minute to answer your question. This was from last year. As you can see, she's a really good student, but when she draw and she take a picture, you can see it's not really good. Try to, if it's possible, to scan it or don't know, because she uses AutoCAD, and then ask, well, if you use AutoCAD, you cannot convert this file into PDF and then make the slide. Anyways, you just print it and take a picture. So that's fine. But as you can see, it's not so perfect. And then along with the class, she was losing control about the project. See, and then I would like to see the entire project in the slide if it's possible. And try to this. She just lost in the top. She didn't have a time, and she didn't use the AutoCAD. She started to use the hands. And he should totally hand the drawing, and then at the end was totally lost. And oh my gosh, what he done? And then she said sorry, but as you can see, here was terrible. So try to make it in a slide and convert it into PDF, and then you can send to me by email, okay? And then for the presentation, you can do it in a PowerPoint, or can use the PDF format the same way. But again, it's for Monday. There's no specific time. We'll have a Monday 6 to 7:30. It's better if you finish 7:30, no problem. But I need to see everything next Monday, okay?
And what do you mean by scan it? I don't know how to scan.
Because some people probably she use a camera to take a picture, and then she had a paper and take a picture of the camera, and then instead use a scanner, because she had I said, do you have a scanner? She said, no, I don't have a scanner, because when you put in a scan, do you know what scanner uses? This device, you put the paper like a photocopy and you scan the
right. Yeah.
If I know, I don't want to invest money, but try to make.
There's an app on your phone that you can get
Oh yeah, I heard about
In the App
this.
Store, there's a bunch. The Adobe one is free for students.
Good. And the
Okay,
quality is
thank
good?
you.
All right. All right. Thank you. That's it. Okay, Christina. Any other question?
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Okay, Fadi, talk about you. Is everything okay with your project?
Yeah, I'm just trying to finish the plans first,
Mm-hmm.
and after the plan, I will start with the elevations today.
Wow, cool, cool, cool. So, and then
I'm a
what?
little bit behind.
No, no, no problem. What we still have 1 week, but as you can see, it's something simple. And then another other thing I'd like to tell you. I did it for my student last year, and I'm trying to open. Okay, we finished the project for October 19th. But if for some reason I didn't like, can I improve it? I allow to improve. So you can send me later during the last 2 months, and you can improve it and improve your grades. But don't forget that because the next week after we start kitchen bathroom. So try to do as much now, and then if you want to improve something a little bit later, you can adjust this here. I didn't like the way I put this drawing. I said no problem. I'm totally open for you to improve your project, and so I can improve the grade. But for next week, let's use it the next week, like the deadline. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now Hannah.
Sorry, I had another question.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, the SketchUp program that you mentioned, is it only available on desktops?
Yeah, this program here, let me see if I can show you. I just put this software here. Let me see if I can find it. Just a minute. It's only desktop, but exactly SketchUp. SketchUp, the very beginning, when it was under Google administration, we could download. But if you go online and look for Google SketchUp 17, 16, 15, 14, we still can download it and install in your computer. So the older version you can install. Only the 19 and 2020s only online. And then I know some people complain. I particularly complain a lot because I like the one where Google was allow us to download. At Google, we can go online with the version 2019 and version 2020. But if you Google SketchUp version 13, it's a really good version. It's from 2012 or 13. It's still available. So you download it and install on your computer, you can use for any project. And there's another one here. Let me see if I can find it. It's here. I put it, remember which one, which mod, okay, 3D room planning tool. There you go. I will share for you. Just a minute. Yes, here. This is really interesting. My daughter was using it. So there's an interesting library, and then you can design can choose the format of your wall. You can choose the flooring. I'm still not really familiar, but I know we don't have time now. But you can use in your maybe in the kitchen. See, and then we can make something really interesting. And then when you take a picture, this is the camera, see? And then we can choose the angle of the camera to make the rendering. And then my daughter was drawing. Well, the quality is really realistic. So it's an option. It's something I found. Or again, we can go with the Google or with SketchUp. But it's online. But if you go here in SketchUp 2016, for example, there you go. You still can download. This is download all SketchUps. Then you choose the, see, you choose the year. Now the last one is 2017. So this is downloadable and you can install until 2018. In 2019, this company, Trimble, stop allowed us to download. We download, but they blocked because they asked you to buy. And now only online. But those guys here, they have a version they call it version maker. It means once you download, you'll be in a computer forever. They never will bug you to buy or block. Up to 2017. 2018, 2019, they start to block. You work for 1 month and then they block. Now you have to buy it. So you can go here in 2017, or you can go in some download like this SketchUp download. Let me see. I have this SketchUp 16 in my computer, so you can download and then you can install. This is a really good version, so you can use it. It's really easy to use. There's a lot of tutorial online how to use SketchUp. So I really like it. I'm really comfortable using SketchUp. Okay, that's it.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Fadi. Okay, Mehana. Hello, Mehana.
Mahana's audio doesn't work still. She said something in the chat.
Okay, Mehana. If you have any question, you can send an email. So, Rosa Sandoval.
Hi. I just have to finish my perspective drawing and then just set it up into a presentation and it's all done.
Wow. Okay, good. Good to know. So, any other question, Rosa?
No, I don't have any questions.
Good. So, as you can see, this is our professional. It's really cool because as a designer, don't forget, you guys are artists. And you need to go over a lot of information regarding static, etc. And then it's very cool. It's really interesting to talk about artistic skills, improve artistic skill, do projects like to relate to this. So did you guys watch those videos from BBC? Do you watch only one? Do you guys have an opportunity to watch all the series?
I didn't. I was only able to watch one.
Okay.
But I do still want to watch the rest.
Yeah, try to watch because well, that's fantastic. It covers really well all the main aspect of the interior design. So when you watch that video, believe me, it will open a lot our brain. So watch it. Okay, if you don't have time for the kitchen, okay, but try to watch it because you still have the bathroom design, you even still have the rest of your life to use this skill. So design is art. Design is art. So feel free to explore your artistic side. One of the type I always give to my students is, as a designer, open your mind to all kind of artistic event. It's important for us to go to shows, interior design shows, for example, interior shows about kitchen, exposition, etc. But go to artistic exposition too. See some beautiful exposition, famous painters, famous sculpture, because all this art, even music, it's feed us with something really good, and we use it in our daily life as an artist. Music is really important. I don't know how to work without music. I always put some music as a background. I usually like to hear classical music. And then there's some experimentation. They prove people when they start to hear some good music, classical music, open our minds to make us way more creative. So start to be more familiar with this new world for you. If it's new, if it's not, it's okay. Go to a different exposition, art exposition, read about history, art history, see how the movement changed, what was Baroque, what was Renaissance, what was Romanticism, what was New Gothic, what was, it's a be familiar with this aspect of the art, of the art movement, because we are part of this. Everything we do nowadays, it's based on information we care from all these ancient people. So when you look for these videos, when you start to see how these people do, sometimes you see they talk about famous architects, famous designers. They say, who's this guy? They need to know who was Muhammad, who was Maya, who was all these important artists. And then when you choose one, when you have some identification, for example, Mondrian, I like Mondrian. Mondrian uses a lot of shapes, geometric shapes and color. When you choose it, when you get familiar, when you get in love, when you fall in love for one specific artist, and when you study this artist, his work or her work, it's a way to feed your spirit with good information for you to develop your own style. We always goes in specific lines. We always is part make it as part of this or that style, which have different groups, artists, design, etc. And but when you study these guys who inspire you, you improve a lot your capacity to apply. You improve a lot your capacity to be creative. So I like to encourage you to always, when you have a time, read a really good book, go to art good exposition, really good music to be more open for all kinds of movements. It's a way to improve our creativity. Okay. Another important thing I'm going to talk with you guys. Just to recap, this is the book, and then we did all of these pages these last weeks. The only one I didn't do the presentation like this here, the chapter 10 put all together, but that's what we're doing now. But as you can see, you guys I congratulate you guys because of these last weeks. We studied a lot. We talked a lot about this really thick book. And then I saw a lot of people start to send me today, start to receive a lot of emails from you, the answers. And I see most of you guys just finished everything. So congratulations for this. I know was a little bit tough, how to do the design, how to do this project at the same time to study. But again, without study this book, without go over all the information in the book, we cannot do this design. Now we understand, well, why it's important to have this book. And again, don't try to memorize it, because this is a book for you to consult for the rest of your life. And not only this book, you start to be accustomed to go to stores, to go online, you start to get all information about materials, manuals, watch tutorials is really important. Last week we talked about finishing, like tiles, for example. I showed the base about tiling, the difference between ceramic, between porcelain, and natural stone, etc. But again, when you have a time, not now, but in your future, you start to study the process. Okay, how to install tile, how to install flooring. It's important for you to know the process, because you can identify problems if you tell your customer, now in your case, we cannot use this because this requires this job. So for you, it's better to use this. So when we know the process, we get familiar with the process, it's better for us to define something for the customer. Just don't keep in the superficiality. Try to go a little bit deeper about the materials, because it's crucial for us to know the minimum of the basic of the technique, the installation, because we have to resolve, okay, this is the last one I think for your case should be this, okay. Being familiar with this all the time. When we study in university, architecture, design, like I did, we have a moment we go to the workshops, and you need to do the process. And then when you learn the process, you get really, really confident, okay, that's why I choose this material, because I know this process. And this is the only process we can use in your scenario, okay? All right, let me see. We talk about the presentations. I think you're okay now with the presentations. There's a chat here. Let me see. Christiana, at what time do we have to turn it on Monday? Okay, we have until 7:30. I'm sorry, my audio is not working. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I only saw the chat now. Okay, that's it. Again, next week will be the presentation. And again, what about to do? I need to make this question and see with you guys now. We only have 5 people here. I know in the total so far we have 10 people, at least 10 people sending the quizzes. But this class officially have 17 students. Most of them I didn't hear from them never. I don't know if they're still in the class or if they dropped, but I didn't see any name dropped. Anyways, what do you think for the next week? Besides you send me the material by email, I allowed each one 5 minutes to talk like I'm talking, just share the screen and you guys presented for everybody. Would you like to do that? Do you think it's okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for you to upload the example that you showed us? I thought that was really helpful.
The students?
Yeah.
I upload, it's in the first or second module. Is the name of the mod, let me see here. It's already uploaded. Everything I showed for you guys now, everything it's already uploaded. And this is student work. It's in the class 2. If you go to the class 2, Human Factors and Universal Design Foundation, there is a link called Student Work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just get it, okay? All right, it's almost 7. That's it. Any questions? Any more information you'd like to know? I think that's okay. All right, I'm finished for today. Would like to, anyone would like to talk, would like to make some questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, okay.
I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you next week.